This is Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Somebody, one of my friends has sent me this. I don't know who the maker of this is, perhaps. What is this here? Majlis say something very small, I cannot read. But very important thing, he says, مثبت और تعمیری تنقید के لازمی عناصر, essential elements of positive and positive criticism, and one that builds, not destroys. So this is the meaning. So he talks about 6 of these positive things which a person should have before he can criticize somebody positively, so that the criticism or narration or debate or dialogue will be positive. The first thing he says is ilm, knowledge, and malumat, information. A person should have information. If we don't have information and we just go on talking nonsense, of course, we will not be able to do it. So the opposite of this is ignorance. He says at the end, he says one thing that's for nukta चीनी और करने और कीचड़ उछालने और जज्बातियत को हवा देने और फसाद मचाने के लिए सिर्फ एक चीज़ की ज़रूरत है, और वो है jahalat. If our ignorance, and then we can throw dust on people's faces and and talk nonsense and sentimentalism and all these things. So the best first thing is that we need to have information, knowledge of things before we can talk about them. If we don't have knowledge, we must keep silence. The second thing of positive criticism is that one should have تعمیری सोच. تعمیری सोच means thinking, perception that helps you build up, not destroy. If we say, okay, what you say is not correct, what you say is not correct, what you say is not correct, whatever somebody is saying, we just want to say he's not correct, he's not correct, he's not correct, he's fool, and I'm correct. So this is not going to build up anything. So you need to, not to criticize, and you should have thinking which is, which helps you build up. تعمیری सोच. Second thing. The third thing is shaur, perception. Shaur is consciousness. You should have insight in things. And salika, you should have a sophistication of talking, how to present it. It should be presented in such a manner that it's not offensive to your, friends or your enemies or whoever you are talking to. It should be you should have some salika, you should have some behavior pattern, which is nice, acceptable, and you should have insight in things. Shaur and or salika, they are two different things. Anyway, he put them together in number 3. Now, first one, ilm and malumat. Second one, ta'mir, ta'miri soch. And third one, shaur or salika. Salika is like methodology, good methodology, way of presenting your thing. If you present in an offensive way, nobody is going to accept it. So the fourth thing he says is adab or ihtiram. Adab is etiquette, manners, good manners. Our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us good manners, husn akhlaq. And if we give up our akhlaq, our behavior, our manners, etiquette, and ihtiram for others, ihtiram for myself also, but for yourself, the one I'm talking to, we should be respectful to those people. Give respect and take respect, as they say. If I try to insult you, of course you are going to insult me as well. So adab or ihtiram is zaruri, is essential. Being polite and nice, when you were talking to people. Our people, my Sindhi people particularly, and these Punjabis and Balochis and Pathan, in our parliaments of Pakistan, La hawla wala, they throw dust at each other, they call each other name. So if you are disrespectful, the opposite will be disrespectful as well. So it's not going to end up very well. So you should have adab and ihtiram for other people also. So these are 4 things. And the 5th thing, he says, tahammul wa bardasht. Tahammul means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Halim, Hilm, you should have, and you should have tolerance, you should have bardasht. Bardasht means you should accept, what other person is saying without getting annoyed, without, you should tolerate what the other person is saying. But if you don't have tolerance, if you don't have hilm, tahammul, you don't take anything upon yourself, and you throw dust on other people's faces, other people are not going to take it either. So this is the 5th thing, that you should have tahammul and you should have bardash, whatever way you want to translate it. And then 5th thing, is it 5th or 6th thing is i'tidal. That is balance, moderation, keeping the balance, not going to this extreme or not going to that extreme. I'tidal, being moderate, wasta. So this deen is wusta. Muhammad Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's deen is wusta. The deen asat. So you should have i'tidal and tawazun. The wazn, what should be bearable. It should not go to extremes. So tolerance and i'tidal, balance, and tahammul and bardasht, and adab and ihtiram, and shaur and salika, and ta'miri, soch, or ilm and malumat. These things, he says, there are 6 necessary, essential things before you can, criticize or make a critical judgment or critical thinking, these things will add. And he says only one thing, if you are ignorant, you don't know anything, then you can throw dust on people's faces, no problem. And so the other people will also throw some gobar on you, and no problem for him either. So this is very important. But of course you can have negatives of all these. If you have ignorance instead of ilm, you are done with. And if you have negative soch, negative, everything is negative for you, you can keep criticizing whatever other person is saying, you say, no, that's not true, that's not false, that's not good, that's not, I don't agree with you. So if you don't agree with anybody, then of course nobody is going to agree with you. And then the ta'miri soch, and then shaur. And if you have no shaur, if you have no thinking, if you have no perception, if you are no methodology, no way, no etiquette, no way of talking to people, you are disgusting, your behavior is negative, then of course that's going to destroy you. And you have no adab and ihtiram for other people, you are disrespectful, and you have no etiquette. Your mother and father never taught you, your teachers never taught you in school, and you come and behave very disrespectfully to everybody. Now, of course other people will be throwing dust on your face as well. No respect. You give respect and you take respect. This is what the people used to say, be honest and be, so these things, tahammul and bardash. If you don't tolerate anybody, you have zero tolerance for everything, anything, then of course other people are not going to tolerate you either. So you should have hilm and forbearance, and have sabr, and take it easy, and don't get anxious, and don't get excited, and don't keep insulting people. And you should not go out of i'tidal. Don't do injustice, don't be immoderate, don't do, so do moderation, and do tawazun, don't lose your own balance, and don't lose balance of your speech also. So these things, 6 important things, and I have explained because I find this very helpful, very nice, and I don't know what this person has written. It's so small that I cannot read it. Akse, he says something, let's see, maybe somebody can read it. So this company or whatever, so they have put this one. I'm very thankful to them, and it's good work they have done. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت ورب العرش العظيم.